Okay, are you looking to maybe downsize? Dennis Rego from Platinum Lion Realty in Dundas joins us with some tips, and we were talking off camera because you think downsizing, it might be a couple getting up there in age and maybe don't need the space anymore, and that's true, but it's not the only situation right now.
Yeah, that's probably the most common situation, and it's the one that you default to when you're thinking about downsizing. But there is this new situation that we're seeing with people who are not downsizing because they're retired and the kids have moved out. They're doing it out of necessity or out of fear, financial reasons. They're looking at perhaps they bought a property 3 or 4 years ago at a very favorable interest rate, and they're now faced with this reality that when that comes up for renewal, they could potentially be paying a lot more every month to have the same house. No upgrades to lifestyle, just the same home. So that's putting people in a certain spot where they've got to make some decisions. So that is a new prominent reason, but you do still have people who are have those life changes, retired, kids have moved out. Perhaps there's health reasons and they need to have single-story living, eliminate the stairs. Perhaps they need to relocate closer to where their primary caregivers are, elder children and stuff of that nature.
What are some common challenges then, Dennis, when it comes to like the downsizing aspect?
Probably the biggest thing, emotional attachment. Yeah, it's a very emotional process for people. You can imagine you've been hosting Christmas dinners, Thanksgiving dinners in your home for years, and all of your memories seem to be contained within those 4 walls, and now you're having to make some choices to move away from that. So it's a very emotional thing. Everything has a story attached to it. That couch, I remember when we bought that and little Timmy bumped his head at the store, and boy, I really don't want to get rid of that couch, but we have 3 couches and we can't take them all. So it's really emotional. But also just finding something that is within a price range, in the area that you want, that's going to meet your needs. It can be challenging.
Well, for you, just from the real estate side, because we're going through this right now, you're almost like a social worker too, like helping out with the emotional side of things.
Yeah, and that's probably been the case for a lot of years, but it's definitely something that you have to deal with, managing the emotions. Yeah. Sometimes it's hard for people to hear the evaluation of their home because there is that emotional aspect in there. What do you mean? I just put a $100,000 shop in the back of the property for my woodworking. That's got to be worth $200,000 just on its own. It doesn't necessarily work that way. So yeah, it's a.
Let's get into some tips though. Getting the house ready if you do want to sell, so you can maximize that dollar. Yeah.
You want to make sure that it's clean and cute. I always say start from the curb appeal. So you can imagine a for sale sign in your front lawn and people driving by. You want them to move to that next step to learn more about your property and pursue it. So does your lawn look well maintained? Your gardens look well taken care of? Any chipping paint, things like that to look after. And then on the inside, you just have to cater to people's imagination. You want to make sure that everything is tidy at the very least and decluttered. Things that are cluttered look smaller, so you want to have space so that people can imagine their own stuff.
You have to almost get somebody else into the house because like you're so used to seeing how the house is. You have to like get somebody else, like a family member or maybe just even somebody that you don't know in there to see what they think and give their honest opinion. What about paint?
Painting is always good. I've seen deals go south because somebody decided that this room would look great in bright orange. Bright orange is my favorite color, and that's my favorite room. And people that'll look at that room and say, I'm not dealing with that orange. So yeah, painting a neutral color definitely helps a lot.
Okay, we got to go. But this is a good topic. Some good tips there, and it also offers an opportunity on the buying side because there might be more inventory out there if somebody is looking to buy. So good stuff there. Dennis, Rego.com if you want more information. PlatinumLion.ca. We'll hook it up with our website, cets.com/morninglive.